Hey, good morning. It's a new week and I'm out in Colorado this week. Trying to get ready for our fall gather that starts this week as well. So this morning I'm out here waiting for some people that come in, a company that comes in and certifies our scales. So in the fall, when we gather all the cows up and everything and we sell the calves, we run the calves across a scale that's right here in our corrals, and each year that scale has to be certified to make sure that it's on and accurate and stuff. And so anyway, we've got a company coming up today to certify the scales, and while I'm waiting for them, I'm gonna shoe a horse, which I'm not excited about. In fact, I'm procrastinating it a little bit. And just I've got some fence to fix and a few things like that out here today too. And I've also got to go down and check the winter range this week. We had a flash flood down there, and I'll put a little bit of a video on that flash flood. I'll put it on this video, but it wiped out probably 300, 400 yards of our fence down there. It was unreal. And anyway, so I'll put a little bit of video on here of that, but I've got to go check that fence down there and probably rebuild all of it is my guess. I can't see how a fence would have survived that flash flood. And then I've got to go check a spring down there as well, because we got to put some new pipe in a spring that cows broke last winter, and it needs to be replaced so they can have some water this winter. And anyway, just kind of a busy week. So it ought to be a good video. And like I say, we start our fall gather, so should be a good week. Okay, so Jake has lost a back shoe. The other one's long. So I'm gonna work on his back feet today. I did his front feet about a week ago. And anyway, then I had to rest for a whole week. And so now it's time to do the back feet. Okay, change of scenery. Decided to run down here this afternoon while I had some time and look at this spring that we've got to fix and see what we're gonna need. It looks like it might be a pretty big job. So I'll turn this camera around and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so there's the existing trough. And so this trough sits below the spring, and there's a collection point right here I'll show you, but it has a float box right there with a float that controls how much water goes into that blue tank. And you come up to here, and this is the collection spot, and in each one of these there's just valves and things that take water different directions. And then it's got a big collection tank, and that tank is dry because the line is broke right up here. I'll show you that, but I want to show you this tank. So big tank, holds lots of water, and we need to get it running for sure. So the water comes into this tank from that pipe right there, and it comes out. This is an overflow pipe right there, and I'm guessing that right down there there's going to be an outlet where the pipe goes under the ground and through those boxes to the float box and then to the water trough down there. I don't want to get down in there because I don't have a ladder to get back out. And I don't think I could jump high enough to get out. So I'm just guessing that that's where the outlet is, but I got to get in there and uncover it. Let's see what we got to do. But I'm probably going to replace pipe all the way down through here and put new pipe in and new fittings and everything and a new float box and get this thing running. Now you can see right there, there's a pond, and there's quite a bit of water in that pond from these floods we had earlier this summer. So that's a good thing. But the overflow water from here, if the tank is full and the float is not open, it goes into that pond. And so it's kind of a crucial spring for us. But let me go, I'll show you what's broke up here. Okay, so this spring was developed quite a few years ago, probably 30 or 40 years ago. And so this piping here is pretty old. I think the piping is probably a little bit newer than that, but not much. And it's just it needs to be replaced. It's getting really brittle. It's broken in some places, but you can kind of see the pipe came right up on top of the ground right here. And that's the problem. And then right here is where it's broken. And so we've got to get a new pipe on here and fix this and get water flowing back into that collection tank. The source of the spring is right here, and it's got a plastic liner in the bottom of it, so it does a pretty good job, but we've got to get this pipe fixed. So that's our project we're going to be working on the next couple of weeks.
This is one of the biggest flash floods I've ever seen in my life. Oh my God. Yep, I guess I'm stuck. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Absurd amount of water, whole trees. This is absolutely incredible to witness. There's a whole tree.
All right, this is where this flash flood came through and just wiped everything out. I'm gonna turn the camera around so I can show you. This is kind of the aftermath. This happened several months ago, and it was absolutely incredible. And I'll put some video on here of what that looked like when it was happening. But our fence is gone, totally gone. So I've got to talk to the state and see what we can do as far as getting a border fence up right here. You can see these wires right here. This is what's left of the fence that ran off that hill. It just about washed the highway away. Well, good morning. It's the official start of fall gather. And so here we go. We're out in Colorado today. We've got the Nielsens are here, Jeff and Drew and Robert and me and Taryn and Trayson. And Derek Goldtooth's here helping us today. So we're headed up on the mountain, and behind me here you can see we're headed up on that. We're going to start gathering cows and putting them in the gathering pasture. Well, we're just riding to the top of this mountain, and then we're going to split up and start making lots of noise and driving cows off. So it's been great. The cows stayed up here pretty good. We put the cows that were hanging the fence through into that big gathering pasture down there. But there's still probably half of the cows that have stayed and done well. The feed is fantastic still, so they haven't even touched the feed. So that's a kind of an uncommon thing, honestly. And but it just kind of a tribute to how good this pasture is. So anyway, that's kind of what we're going to do today. But we sure are happy to have the Nilsons here. Drew and Jeff and Robert are just great people, and you've seen them before in our videos. They come 2 or 3 times a year and help us. And their family is actually the original kind of owner of the Triangle Bar brand. And that brand goes clear back to the 1880s. So that's a little bit about where our name comes from too. So anyway, it's just kind of neat to have them here and to have them still be part of something that started well over 100 years ago, almost 150 years ago. So anyway, kind of cool. Man, what a nice day. Oh, such a nice day. Just give you an idea of how much grass is left. And this is probably the heaviest used place on this in this pasture. And there's still just lots of grass and looks great. It's drying out. It's fall. It's drying out for sure. Turning brown. But it still looks really, really good.
All right, we believe that if we show Robert's face, then we're gonna get more views.
That's right.
We're gonna try that out this week.
You're gonna double your views.
We're showing all Robert's golfing buddies. 77 years old, out here out cowboying everybody.
You betcha.
That includes you, Jeff.
What's that? That's my 2 wannabe cowboys. My son Jeff, my grandson Drew.
Okay, we're gonna push this little bunch down here toward the gate and then go up on the other side of the mountain. All right, got everything cleaned out. There wasn't very many cows back there, maybe 10 or 12, but we got them heading out and they headed right off the hill. And now we're gonna go gather up all these cows and put them through the gate, put them in the holding pasture. right, got the big group going through the gate. It's awesome. What a beautiful sight, my goodness. And I've got 3 cows right there that decided to run away from me, so I'm gonna go get them. Dag things.
All right, I'm gonna open this gate, get this bunch through. You can tell these cows have been sitting here for days waiting. All right, now we're ready for some steaks. That's what I've been thinking about all day. We're gonna go get some steaks cooked.
Shawn Wayne makes it look majestic. Sure does.
You know, a lot of people have told me that I look like John Wayne.
Did you just leave that one up there for fun or what? I'm just kidding.
You think that's funny?
Yeah.
All right, day 2. Head back up the mountain. I'm gonna see if we can clean everything up today. Probably won't get it all, but we're gonna get most of it. Mesa, he gets a little froggy sometimes first thing in the morning, and then after that, he is good. Trayson will kind of break his feet loose right here, and we're gonna head up the country. See if we can gather a few cows. Okay, we're getting most of the cows kind of gathered up, but it's kind of crazy because the last few cows up here are all separated by themselves and they just don't want to come off, which is kind of weird. But you can see in front of me, Derek has got a pair that he is bringing out, and he's bringing them from clear up on top of that thing in that thick brush. His dogs found them and got those out of there, but that's how we're finding them, like one at a time. So anyway, it's all good. It's been a good day. We're having fun, but boy, is it brushy. Derek's riding a colt today, so he's really doing double duty. All right, sorry for the wind. We grabbed a sandwich, got some lunch, and now we're going over right on the other side of the mountain for the rest of the afternoon. Trayson switched horses. Mesa was kind of wore out, so he's on Drifter. So kind of fun to see these two colts getting ridden today and working. Pretty cool. That Drifter horse is fantastic. All right, this is our last little bunch. We're gonna put through the gate here and then we're gonna call it a day. So we've had a really good gather and got this pasture pretty clean. We're excited about that, and we'll finish up cleaning it next week. And yes, I'm on Drifter. And he's crying a little bit, kind of lonely. Yeah, but he'll get over it.
Well, that's a wrap on the 2024 Colorado Fall Gather. We do have a few straggler cows up on that mountain still that we'll be working out the next couple weeks to get off and get into the gathering pasture, but we got a lot done this week. It was good. We really appreciate Drew and Jeff and Robert for coming down and helping. Those guys are the best. We always have a good time when they come down. We always eat good. So anyway, we really appreciate those guys. But like I said, we got a lot done. Now we're gonna kind of switch gears and get ready to ship those cows from Colorado, and that will be in 2 weeks. So anyway, we appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see y'all next week.